A vocal and sizable portion of the 911 fanbase has been urging Buck and Eddie to develop their friendship into a romance for 7 seasons, but Season 8, Episode 6 appears to have put an end to that request. Many viewers have noticed the relationship between Eddie and Buck ever since he joined the cast of 911 in Season 2. Without a doubt, the two characters have one of the strongest connections in the series and became close friends very early. However, until Buck came out as bisexual in 911 Season 7, both appeared to be heterosexual because they solely dated women. The plot of 911 Season 7 offered buddy shippers optimism that Buck and Eddie would eventually start dating. There seemed to be a chance that they would advance their friendship. Although Buck began dating Tommy, played by Lou Ferrigno Jr., this did not necessarily mean that Buck and Eddie would never be together again. Sadly, there may have been one episode in Season 8 of 911. In 911 Season 8, Episode 6, Confession, Eddie embarked on a quest to discover his inner happiness and sense of self-worth. Eddie spent the hour in church attending confession, where he revealed his feelings of shame over what had happened to his son, Christopher. Eddie later ran into the priest with whom he had confessed. Eddie told Father Brian that he believed the priest was making advances on him, which is why he was straight. It's clear that Eddie's sexuality verification dashes any hopes of him and Buck dating. Episode 6 of Season 8 of 911 was Eddie's first vocalization and affirmation of his sexual orientation. Many people who were cheering for Buck and Eddie had hoped that Eddie's sexual orientation was flexible until that point. However, it is definitely not a good omen for Buck and Eddie's potential romance that he publicly states that he is straight. The likelihood of Eddie and Buck's friendship becoming romantically is considerably reduced by his confession in 911 Season 8, Episode 6, but it is still possible. The possibility of Buck and Eddie dating hasn't been entirely ruled out by the cast and crew. When questioned if a romance between Buck and Eddie was possible, Ryan Guzman responded to Swoon by saying, "We just got to the point where Buck is having this own personal growth of himself, so it's like baby steps towards anything and if anything." Additionally, showrunner Tim Minear hasn't ruled out a romance between Buck and Eddie, and Oliver Stark has been willing to explore a different aspect of their connection. Therefore, everything is possible. Fans shouldn't expect Buck and Eddie to date anytime soon either, considering what Eddie said in 911 Season 8, Episode 6. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.